Well, welcome everybody. We are here in Colleen's kitchen and we are cooking up some garlic chicken and veggie pasta. So we have our nice chicken breasts. They're a little large, so what I like to do is I like to take them and kind of cut them so they're a little bit smaller. This particular dish today, we're going to be talking about quick and easy, simple meal prep ideas. So if you take the breast and kind of cut them along the side, it's easier that way. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to take these and make them into 8 breasts. So we're going to cut those up real nicely, and then we're going to season each breast up, and we are going to pan sear it in 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then we're going to add some of the other things. So we are going to get the chicken cut and started lightly, and then we are going to cut up we got zucchini in this particular dish. You want to take the fat off the chicken. So once you have the breasts all, sliced up, you'll want to season them with either salt, pepper, lemon pepper, oregano, whatever you have. Don't be afraid if your recipe calls for something different, but we are going to take our chicken over to put all our chicken breasts on our little tray here, and we are going to take it over to our pan and put our little olive oil in the pan. So we got this on. We're going to put it on on medium. Put the oil in the pan, and we're going to let that kind of heat up before we put the chicken on. We want to make sure that your fry pan is nicely greased. Even though it's a Teflon pan, we don't want that chicken to stick if we want it nicely done. So now we're going to take a separate knife and we're going to chop up the kale. We need 4 cups of kale. We need this 1 zucchini, and we're going to cut up the carrots. And I got 2 garlic cloves here. When you take the garlic, you have a bunch of garlic like this. You want to cut it. This is actually a clove, but sometimes inside a clove there's smaller little mini ones. I like to find some nice garlic cloves to chop up. So we want to make sure we chop those up, little minced. So we just chop these up fine, and what I like to do is once I chop up the garlic and mince that up, what I like to do is I like to take the minced garlic, very easy, chopped up. Sometimes the little skin will come right off that way. So once you have it all minced up, you can take it and scoop it up, and you are going to put that right into your olive oil in the pan while it's heating up. So you can kind of adjust the temperature there, and you don't want to get it too hot. So now what we're going to do is we are going to chop up our kale. That'll be a good next step. So we are going to take one of our larger knives, and we are just going to chop up about 4 cups. So we're going to chop up the leaves. So you just take your knife and go down and chop it all up. The nice thing is once you have all your veggies chopped and prepped, you can use this chopped kale to make kale chips. You can put it in a kale slaw, and we're going to do some of that in the next series of grab and go, easy, simple meals. So cooking and prepping does not have to be, the role. So don't really get scared of the time, because if you cut up a lot of the carrots, you can use these carrots chopped up at another time. So I am going to cut up my zucchini, and I'm going to kind of cut this zucchini long ways, and I'm going to cube this zucchini. You can make them in round slices. You can do it however you want. I just like the way it looks in a little bit bigger chunks. So you'll see it when we're actually got it all finished. Okay, I think I'm going to check my chicken now, because it smells like it's ready to flip on over. So sometimes I use a little spatula to get it up over the pan. There we go. We got it cooking here, so that's cooking up nicely. I'm going to turn down the temperature just a touch so it gives me some time to finish up chopping my zucchini here. zucchini are, don't worry about the size. If they're different sizes, it doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to get it all chopped up and put into a pan, so when our chicken is all done, we're ready to go. So that's kind of the recipe. We've got the water still going, and we're just waiting on this chicken to get all done up, and we just keep turning around. You gotta make sure the chicken isn't pink. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually, when the chicken is all done, we're gonna pull it out and we're gonna put it into a pan so then we can cook our vegetables. So we'll get that kind of getting ready here. So our other chicken we're gonna use a little later because we're gonna make some other dishes, because you're gonna kind of buy your chicken and some of your prep stuff on the day that you shop, and you're gonna kind of prep everything so it's easy, and you're gonna cook one day and eat for the rest of the week, or at least eat for 3 days. That's kind of the game plan that I try to teach and educate everybody on while we're in the kitchen, so it makes it a little easier. One of the main reasons too I chopped up these breasts smaller was because it's really hard when you have bigger, thicker chicken breasts to cook in a timely manner. So the larger that your breasts are, the longer it's going to take to cook. A fast and easy method would be to grab a lid and to keep the heat on it. So sometimes I take a lid to make sure the pink comes out of it that way. Our water is still trying to boil for our gluten-free pasta. Now you got to remember, gluten-free pasta has a little bit different texture, so it doesn't take as long to cook as regular pasta. So you don't want to overcook your pasta so you have a nice dish. So you do need to be careful that way. So we're going to take a peek. This one breast is just being kind of feisty for me today. It just doesn't want to cook up nicely. So. All right. We got our chicken sizzling up in our pan. Nice thing that once we cut it up was that we have a lot of chicken, so we're just going to use 3 of these breasts for our chicken garlic pasta. So we're getting that cooking. We got our water on for our gluten-free pasta. We got 4 cups of gluten-free pasta here, and we got our kale already chopped up. We got the 4 cups of kale. Because once the chicken's done, we're going to take that off and then add our put your lid on it to soften it up. You don't want the kale to be too wilted. You want it to have a nice flavor. Remember, I told you that if you don't like the kale, you could do spinach, which cooks up a little faster. But this is going to take on all the wonderful flavors of the garlic and the seasoning from the chicken. As you can see, it's nicely coming. You can see it's softening up the kale. So that's how you know it's going to be done. You know, depending on how you want your zucchini. Some people like their zucchini a little crisper. I like it a little more done. And you want your carrots, you don't want to bite into them. So it's really important to keep the temperature low. So you're just making this dish be very colorful and tasty. You keep spinning it around, and eventually it will be. Pop it on our plate. Put a nice 1 cup serving on it. It's all important. Make sure you get enough of your chicken on there. You could put it in a big bowl. Look at that, everybody. Look how nice that looks. We could serve it with a little watermelon, and we are good to go. I always use that side rim as kind of the portion control piece, so I know what I'm getting. And there you have it.